Hey, are you thinking about moving to Texas and concerned maybe just a little bit about the critters here? Well, hey, you were not alone, because I've had several of you reach out to me and ask about snakes here in Texas. And so I just want to share my thoughts on the critters here in Texas, and I do not want to neglect talking about the snakes. So here we go. Now listen, if you are going to be moving here to Texas, reach out to me. I have an email in the link below. Ask me any questions about the area, any random thoughts you have, you're welcome to email me. And also, if you are going to purchase a home, hey guys, I have a $1,500 buyer rebate for all of my buyers who purchase a home with me when you get to Texas. So thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel, and let's get to the content. I don't know what I'm pointing at. To the content. And if you're wondering, I got this as a gift. No, this is not a sales plug. I just thought it was sweet, and because I stage houses, the listings that I stage, my personal house is kind of like a revolving door, and so you'll probably never see the same stuff behind me because I staged a house today, and then I took this off of my fireplace mantle and put it here for y'all to enjoy, to live by grace, not perfection. Anywho, so the first thing I want to talk about that is not a pleasant creature here in Texas, and I had a buyer come from out of state and I was showing him some houses. This was an older home, not that it really matters, they're found everywhere, are fire ants. And this buyer was like freaked out. He's like, I can't buy this home because there are way too many fire ants. And I'm like, well, we live in Texas and they're everywhere. Now you can have them taken care of with pest control. They'll come and treat for fire ants, but if you don't, then you can expect different mounds of fire ants to pop up in your yard. So you want to take care of them, because if you step in a fire ant mound, ow, it hurts. Those are not fun little creatures. All right, so the second thing I want to talk about that you probably have where you live as well, but we have wasps. And so in these hot summer months, they like to come and build their nests underneath, the roof line. So I'm sure you have them where you're at, but they're here too. You have to treat them quite frequently. All right, the third one is something that again, you probably have them where you're at, but I've noticed in some of these homes that are built on sand, especially like in the country where there's where it's sandy soil. Here in Texas, we have a lot of clay soil or mixed soil, which is why they don't build basements here, is because of the soil here. It's not conducive for basements. But if you have sandy soil, it's great for your foundation. However, sometimes moles like to come in and dig tunnels underneath the ground, and it's very annoying. So those little critters are not fun to be around. Now, most of the homes in the DFW Metroplex are mostly on clay soil. The next thing we would talk about are spiders. We do have spiders here in Texas. I'm sure they're everywhere. The most common spider that I see here, I call them wolf spiders. I'm going to have to look up on the internet to see if I've named them correctly, but they are found everywhere. I was in the country today and they were there. I find them in my home. I see them in the city. They're wolf spiders, so you do want to treat for those with pest control as well if you move here to Texas. The fifth critter worth mentioning, again, probably where you're at as well, but we do have squirrels. And sometimes, like in some of these older homes that I've listed, on occasion, they like to get up in the attic. And you gotta figure out how to get those little buggers out of there. So they're a critter that they may be cute at the park, but they're not so cute when they're in your attic. And last but not least, let's talk about the thing that everyone wants to know about, which are snakes. Here in Texas, there are snakes. All right, so what snakes have I seen while living here for, how many years have I lived here now? 35 years I have lived here in Texas. And I remember as a kid, I did see a Texas coral snake once. Okay, they are venomous. We lived in the country on 3 acres of land, and there were a lot of woods in the back, and I was just playing, because I played in the woods a lot as a kid, and I saw a Texas coral snake. At the time, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know about Texas coral snakes, but I remember to this day what it looked like, because it's a snake, and it scared me. And so I literally just jumped over it and ran home. And that was my experience with a Texas coral snake. I've not seen one since. I thought maybe I had made that up, but when I pull up pictures on the internet, it was most definitely a Texas coral snake. Have I ever seen a rattlesnake? I've never once seen a rattlesnake. However, I always wanted to. I wanted to see a Texas rattlesnake. Never have run across it. Again, I grew up in the country and I would play in fields galore. I would play in the woods. I never got to see a rattlesnake. You can go to the zoo and look at them though. And then a copperhead. I think one time when we were out at my husband's grandmother's house, they had spotted some copperheads, and I don't think I got to see them. Otherwise, I think I would have remembered that. They said, hey, there are copperheads over there. Don't go over there. So that was once. The snakes that I generally see, if I see a snake at all, is a green grass snake. A little grass snake. Those are the most exciting. I think that's really about it as far as snakes in my lifetime of living here. I know that other people have seen them more often. Now, the question that I get is, hey Dana, I'm thinking about moving to Texas, but I'm afraid of snakes. And guys, I understand, because my mom was terrified of snakes. Like, you couldn't hold up a toy snake without her freaking out. Sorry, Mom, for blowing your cover. Now, she's gotten so much better with snakes, but it was a legitimate fear. We moved from Minnesota to Texas. It's a legitimate fear, guys. So you are not alone if you are afraid of snakes or any of these other critters on the list. I was actually talking to her today about snakes, and you know, she lives in the country and she doesn't see them all that often. This is what she said. But on occasion, now I can say that she has had a cat for the majority of time that she's lived in the country, an outdoor cat. And so on occasion, the cat will catch a snake and show the prize to the owner. And so it is worthwhile to get you a cat if you live in the country, because they take care of critters like rats, mice, snakes, and they do get birds every now and then. That's really sad. Okay, so but she said that she doesn't see them all that often. However, we live in Texas, and so we know that there could be rattlesnakes or copperheads. And so when I take my kids to the country, I have them in the heat of the summer, even I will have them wear jeans and tennis shoes or boots, preferably boots, which is probably why those country folk here in Fort Worth, Texas, Dallas, Texas, that's why they wear boots. Now, people do like to wear boots in the country, not as much in the city, but you know, they're not uncommon either. That's a side note. With that being said, in the city or in the suburbs, I live in the northern suburbs of Dallas-Fort Worth, and my home was built in 2006, and I have lived here 10 years and have only seen a little baby grass snake like this long, like 2, maybe 3 times if I forgot. Maybe 3 times a little grass snake will show up on a rare occasion. Now, if you live in front of, by a green belt or by a creek or any kind of water or tall grass or the woods, those are exceptions, okay? So my home is in a busy subdivision. I have a house right behind me, and I rarely see snakes. There are some exceptions, and some people, maybe they have seen them more often than I have. Anyways, I hope that this helps. I don't know if it eased your fears or not, but at least helps give you an idea if you're thinking about moving to Texas. And again, reach out to me If you are, and I'm happy to help you in any way that I can, I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching, and hey, subscribe to my YouTube channel while you're at it, and watch these next videos.